Now, the one important thing by Disney and Lucasfilm for The Rise of Skywalker is, of course, to do something incredible and fascinating involving Rey's lineage, specifically not only who she really is, but also about her parents, her mother and her father, and their place in the galaxy, and how that's all going to be pretty much utilized in this story by Disney, Lucasfilm, JJ, and crew. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you're new to the channel for future Star Wars content. Now, what's really exciting about Episode 9 is that we do know that this film, at the end of the day, is going to be a revelation film, giving many different answers to burning questions from the past, such as in The Force Awakens that were not answered in The Last Jedi. Now, on top of all of this, these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the concept art descriptions, as well as one of the set leaks, this is where things begin to get very intriguing for Episode 9. Now, specifically, it's described that one of the scenes that were filmed during the month of January of this year involved a sequence in between both Daisy Ridley and an unnamed actress portraying the role of Rey's mother. It's explained that the unnamed actress was dressed in a white outfit where it's described to be a vision appearing before Rey, while Rey is said to hold a strange device in her hands. It's explained that Rey begins to learn of a new truth not only about herself, but also about her mother, where it's explained that Rey begins to see the vision of Rey's mother while she is inside of the Lost City, where Rey's mother is described to be seen kneeling before Emperor Palpatine in his new black and red robes, handing Palpatine one of the hyperspace routes to the Beyond that Palpatine needed to rebuild his new Sith Empire. It's explained that this is Palpatine in the flesh, where he is said to appear just as he did in Return of the Jedi, where Rey's mother is said to hand Palpatine a very valuable device, followed by one of Palpatine's Sith loyalists killing Rey's mother with a dagger of some kind, with ancient Sith code written on the hilt. Now, it's explained to be a vision that's darker than the one that Rey saw and witnessed in The Force Awakens, and that it gives the fans a look at Palpatine some years after Return of the Jedi. So let's go over a couple of parts about this and as to why this really is a big deal to the Star Wars franchise and how it's really going to either cause some kind of confusion or some kind of questions, at least in this particular scene. Now, the one thing that I'm really trying to figure out is that, of course, exactly how Palpatine is back in the flesh just as he appeared in Return of the Jedi. Now, you guys may very well be aware that a lot of the reshoots that happened throughout the months of August and September, a lot of scenes for Palpatine were indeed changed, and how Palpatine would be utilized in The Rise of Skywalker, basically how Palpatine would be appearing in the movie and how he would actually be alive still was actually changed for Episode 9. So how in the world did he actually survive the fall of the second Death Star? Did he get teleported somewhere else by, using a specific power? What in the world happened, right? Well, that's going to be explained to a certain extent in the film, and most likely in greater depth in the upcoming novelization of the movie, so also keep an eye open for that. Now, the other piece that I do want to go over that really catches my interest here is, of course, the moment in which Rey's mother is said to be handing Palpatine a device that holds hyperspace routes to the Beyond. Now, the Beyond, by the way, in case you guys did not know, is said to be a very important Force nexus over in the galaxy. It's actually said to be the most powerful Force nexus there is, which, by the way, is a concentration of the Force that's going to allow Palpatine to become far stronger than ever before, with the help of both Rey and Kylo Ren in the third act of Episode 9. So this is all said to be a big part of Palpatine's plan, not just with the Beyond, but also Rey and Kylo Ren, and how Rey's mother, was actually killed by one of Palpatine's Sith loyalists by using a Sith dagger with ancient code written on the hilt that's actually said to date back to the Old Republic era. That is a great little Easter egg to the Old Republic, I must add, and I think it's a big hint of what's to come with the new Star Wars trilogy by, of course, David Benioff and D.B. Weiss, the creators of Game of Thrones. So, Palpatine portrayed by Ian McDiarmid once more, not only is that a very exciting thing about this movie, but at the same exact time, it does create a lot of questions now, doesn't it? It's like, how did Palpatine survive the fall of the second Death Star? Like I say, the reshoots, they changed a ton of Palpatine scenes and how he's going to be used in this movie, either to save screen time or to expand screen time, we're not quite sure. But nonetheless, a lot of scenes surrounding Darth Sidious were ultimately changed and thrown into the final cut of the movie, and Ian McDiarmid had to do a lot of extra work for this film, so props to him for doing that. So, Rey's mother, by the way, we went over her name. She's actually called Melinza in the movie, as far as we know. And it's a very interesting part of the story, because as far as we know in The Force Awakens, Rey's parents, were very mysterious. In The Last Jedi, they were nobodies, and now in Episode 9, they're basically somehow connected to Palpatine in a very odd and strange way. Now, there's been a lot of leaks suggesting that Rey is indeed the granddaughter of Palpatine, and that Palpatine killed Rey's parents. Hence, that would be Palpatine killing, either his son or his daughter, which would be quite, dark. I mean, after all, in Legends, Palpatine killed his entire family. So anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.